All right, welcome back to Tahoe today. We are lucky enough to have dueling fire marshals here. One from South Lake Tahoe and one from Tahoe Douglas. You recognize Kim George here and Bryce Cranch on, is it Wildfire Prevention Month or is it just Wildfire Prevention Month?
Oh, it's Fire Prevention Month.
All right, we covered all our bases right there. Wildfires, fires, all those types of things. You guys have a lot going on right now. Let me ask you, are you a little bit relieved now that this precipitation is coming in?
Well, it's always nice to have a little bit of wetting rains. What we always struggle with this time of year is that fuel moistures are at their lowest point because it's been a long dry season, and wind always comes in front of weather changes. So those have us very aware and paying close attention to when we have red flag warnings and things like that.
Which we're going to be having. The winds are going to be picking up even today. So let's hope we get a little bit of precipitation there. But we were talking a little bit earlier about about smoke detectors.
Yeah, so the NFPA has, as October is Fire Prevention Month, with that, the smoke detectors are the theme. So what they're really trying to encourage people to do is test them. Just test them. Just press the button, test them once a month. They only live like 10 years. So if they've been hanging up there a while, then you need to replace them. Of course, replace the batteries. They're just so important. You have about 2 minutes before they say, NFPA says you have about 2 minutes before when the smoke detector goes off to be able to get out of the house safely. So it's super important that they're working and that you're paying attention to them.
So some are wired in, some just have the batteries. Do you have any kind of suggestion on which is which and which ones you prefer?
Well, either works, but the ones with the wires still have a battery. So it's important to still test those, make sure they work, and then also change the batteries as frequently as you should.
All right, cool. And also, you have to throw in their carbon monoxide testers as well, because those are important. I mean, because that's invisible, and you don't know what's happening.
Yeah, absolutely. You hit a couple great points. It's a seasonal change. People are starting to use furnaces now to get warmth in their house, starting to use their wood burning fireplaces and things like that. So it's a great time to start looking at those detection devices and making sure they work. And that wiring them together, one of the key points about that is if one goes off, they all go off. And most of these are located in sleeping areas. So members of your household that might be asleep in a different room would get that same notification.
That's great. You know, I hate to admit this, but I've had times where in the kitchen it's set off my smoke alarm in the bedroom, and it just keeps going, and I cannot turn it off. And I've taken it out to the backyard. I'm serious. And so I don't know. I guess they have some improved systems now where it can detect whether it's actually kitchen smoke or real smoke.
Yeah, even like the Nest alarms or different brands that are much more technologically advanced are just really impressive, and they'll tell you which room it is in, and a lot more information there.
You know, I don't want to say that we're into the super safe season because we've got year-round fire dangers here as well. So you know, it's still time. You can still clear your yard. They don't still have the chipping program. Is that done now?
We do actually. The 16th is the last day to request it on our side, and then I'm not sure about.
Do you guys have the chipping on the Tahoe Douglas side?
Yeah, that's definitely winding down for us, and some of those programs like compost your combustibles and those things have come to an end.
Right.
But there is still ways of getting rid of your green waste. South Tahoe Refuse still offers that free service. If you drop it off there, you just have to remove the bags and things like that.
Right, you just pull into there, and you just pull in, you can dump it out. They check out, make sure it's clean load, and then you can dump it there. That is really a great program there. So if you have somebody with a truck, you can do that there. What am I forgetting here on Fire Prevention Month?
Aside from that, we just still have to have a couple events left coming up. We have our Open House, which is at Station 2 on the 26th. Pancake breakfast for everybody. It's free.
Pancakes.
Encouraging.
I remember that. It's funny how I remember that.
Yeah. And then our other event is on the 30th at the brewery. So at the South Lake Brewery, we're doing our board game night, which will be a really unique event, but it'll be really fun with, again, free food and free prizes. Just everybody's welcome. It should be fun.
All right, just quickly before we go, where can people go to check out more on the internet about what's going on with Fire Prevention Month?
NFPA is where all the information is for Fire Prevention Month, but either of our websites for Tahoe Douglas or for South Lake Tahoe Fire, or our social media.
Well, I appreciate coming in, Bryce Cranch and Fire Marshal Kim George, both fire marshals, ×2, exponential there. Yeah, appreciate you coming in. Good luck for the rest of the month. We're going to be winding up. It seems to be moving quickly.
Yeah, it sure is. Well, thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for having us.